standpoint.
All right, let's talk about CU Nebraska.
Let's talk about CU, though, man. It's time to do a Colorado versus Nebraska, man. How are you feeling right now, number one? And I need some predictions from you, Big Matt. Talk to us.
I feel good, bro. I mean, look, I understand that they're dogs on the road, but we've beaten them 3 times in a row. It's 7-6 since 01. The narrative that like everyone's looking at Nebraska's helmet and they're like, oh, this is Tommy Frazier's. Like, what? I don't understand that everybody got duped into this, but it's pretty much the same team that they had last year with the exception of a rookie quarterback playing against the best quarterback in the country. And I feel like the experience of CU and the fact that they absolutely shit stomped them last year. Does everyone remember last year when we were on the show and everybody told me Nebraska was going to be too physical and beat the shit out of CU and Shador's soft and blah, blah. If they gave up 42 points to TCU, they'll give up 80 points to Nebraska. They're just going to run all over you. And it was 36-7 until the last play of the game. And then it was 36-14. It was a fucking slaughter. So, look, obviously I'm a homer, but I'm also realistic here, okay? My son's going on a recruiting trip this weekend to Nebraska. I think they invited him on purpose. They're smart. Okay, we're playing the game. So I'm going to wear my 6-0 gear there and be cordial. And then when the game starts, I'm going to leave, okay? I'm going to go walk around the stadium because I can't sit in a sea of red and not freak out. So we saw what happened last year in 101. So we'll see what happens this year in all of Memorial. Look, dog, this is a rivalry game, but it's not like it was. This is a rivalry game for the logos. It's a rivalry game for the alums. It doesn't have the same meaning it did back in the day, and this is what I mean. It really meant something on November 26th every year when we played Nebraska, because if you didn't beat them, your entire season was shit, and you could be undefeated, or you could be in a position to go to the Big 12 title, and if you don't win this game, your season's over. And you're still going to a bowl game, and it's still fun, but you just lost your rival at home, and they get to go play, and you get to watch them, and we get to sit at home. Now, every time I beat Nebraska in college, we went to the Big 12 title, and every time I lost to them, we didn't. So that it meant something different back in the day, but it still is very contentious. There's a lot of mutual respect between the coaches and the players, I think. At least they're saying the right things. And look, I know that every cracker-ass, redneck motherfucker in the world is going for Nebraska this year because, you know, Colorado culturally doesn't suit up to what they think, and you can take that however you want it. But I seem to think that what Prime and what they're doing in Boulder, they have the best quarterback in the country. If he played for Georgia, he would throw for 800 yards a fucking game. All right? Travis Hunter's a unicorn, the best player in the country, and should win the Heisman if he keeps on this path. Both of their tackles are elite players. Their interior 3 need to pick it up. But, again, week 1, I like what I saw from their defense in the second half last week. They held – with you take away the quarterback runs, and Raiola's not much of a runner. Take away the quarterback runs, and it's like 3 yards a carry against North Dakota State, which is all take. I also think North Dakota State would beat UTEP about 49-0. So, everybody telling me that this Nebraska team is seasoned because they whipped UTEP's ass and all the backups were in the third quarter. I'd rather have a test against a 17-time national champion and a team that routinely beats D1 teams on the road. Look at the fucking list. I mean, holy shit. I'd rather be taken into the fourth quarter and pushed by them in week 1 than out in the third quarter and sitting on sitting back like we're really good in week 1. Plus, CU had 10 days to get ready for Nebraska. They played Thursday, and Nebraska played Saturday. So it's a little bit of a mini bye, and you get to watch your opponent play and game plan them while the game's going on. Don't tell me that that's not important, especially you, Coach. Any extra time to game plan and get a trick is a good thing. I think CU is going to come out and give them really, really, really bad matchup problems because they've got – I mean, look. Say what you want about the line. Jordan Seaton is special. I like Tyler Brown. The interior 3 need to pick it up. But they only got sacked once, and all of the hits on Shador were because he's moving, eluding, breaking tackles, setting up. Like the one where he eluded, reverse pivoted, set up, and just turned his shoulders and just rocketed that motherfucker and took a shot. How does that, as a quarterback guy and a quarterback yourself coach and a quarterback coach, How did that not just make your blood fucking go up, dog? I saw that and I'm like, that's a fucking leader, dude. He did it last year. He's doing it again this year. I just think that Nebraska has this, you listen to that kid, you can't compare Raiola to Shedeur. You're right, dog. You can't. You can't. Shedeur is way better than Raiola right now.
I was about to ask you that.
It's not even fucking close. Raiola's got his first start. He's a rookie, and you're walking him into a rivalry game in week 2. All the pressure's on Nebraska. They're home favorites. Everybody's picking them to win. CU has nothing to lose, and they're better at quarterback. They're better at both tackles. They're better at receiver and corner multiple times over. They've got some dogs inside on the interior defensive line. Watch out for 97 to have another huge game. I know I'm a homer, but at the same time, bro, I know what I'm looking at too. So
facts are the facts, right? It's what it is.
Just be ready for. I yesterday when I was on Adam Character's show, I picked 31-30 Buffs. I think it's going to be a classic and a shootout.
So real quick, if the fans in here want to make some money, sometimes we give away some free picks. You're saying betting the money line with Colorado is the way to go.
I think that, yeah. I mean, I took the money line and over.
Money line and over right there. That's your free pick. Make sure you go to Winnable if you want the rest of our picks. And real quick, I want to
look. I know I'm a homer, but I also on Monday night. I think it was Monday night. I took Boston College in the fucking under. So that little $100 bet was very nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
And everybody told me, why would you do that? Florida State's 16-point favorites. And I'm like, Florida State's soft as fuck. Bill O'Brien is about to hammer the fuck out of these people. And it happened. I mean, it's not rocket science, folks. Where do you have an advantage? And then can you take advantage of it? So if you could have an advantage throwing the football, but your quarterback's a bum. Well, that is not the case here. And look, I don't think Nebraska may have an advantage running the football hypothetically. Where do people get that? Is Nebraska's over line like the 90-7 Huskers or some shit, or the 94 Huskers? Is that?
I want
to trade out fucking Tommy Frazier Saturday? Come on, dog.
Before you get out of here, I know we got a next guest coming on, but here's my take real quick. I believe that Colorado has to run the football even if they don't run the football. And Matt knows what I mean. I mean, you have to run the ball even if you're getting stymied at the line of scrimmage. I just think you have to do it because I know Tony White personally. I know Matt does. He's a fucking legitimate D coordinator. He's an NFL guy. He's been around a long time. I believe he'll pin his ears back. If you're just going to throw the football as much as Colorado loves to do, I think they have to at least run the ball.
Establish the run.
But Livingston is the bona fide defensive coordinator from the NFL for CU too. So why isn't he going to do the same exact thing to a rookie quarterback?
He will. But I think Nebraska has to run the football. I think you have to run the ball in this game, regardless if you can get yards.
I agree. Both teams probably
you have to at least show it. Like you just let the show off with Matt. Fucking Lamar Jackson and the Ravens should have ran the football with Derrick Henry last night, even if he wasn't getting yards, because it would have opened up everything else.
Yeah, but that's I feel like that's the advantage they had last night. I feel like when people are like, look, CU only had 50 yards rushing. Yeah, but Shedeur went for 445 and 4 touchdowns. They couldn't even start to cover our guys. They couldn't adapt to the formations. They couldn't play Tampa 2. When the safety split, we ate the middle of the field a lot. They couldn't cover Travis Hunter. Name one guy on Nebraska's roster that can cover Travis Hunter, and he's going to move everywhere. They're not just going to keep him at the X like they did this week. So we understand that Colorado has a professional offensive coordinator there too, and I understand Bronco fans hate Patty. I get it. But he ain't fucking OCing for the Broncos no more. It's different in college. So when you have the best 2 players, we'll put it like this. If you just take away the logos and look at the best players on the field, that's going to determine for me the majority of the time who's going to win. Okay? Like when I looked at Clemson, Georgia, it was 6-0 at halftime. But Georgia has Beck and 5-stars stacked to the ceiling. Clemson's got a bunch of fucking bankers on his team. Like Rodney White said, much cracker-ass crackers. He was not wrong, by the way, either. All you motherfucking white people out there who think that he's wrong and I need an apology. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Wow. So I just think that when you look at it, we're better at tackle. We're better at receiver 5 times over. We've got the best quarterback in the country. and they've got the experience of shit stomping this team last year. That's in their head too. Nebraska is overblowing this and going, hey, we got to pump ourselves up because we got fucking manhandled last year. It wasn't 39-37,
I think it's different.
40-41.
Yeah, I think it's a last year Colorado went in the portal, got a bunch of freaks. I thought they out-talented Nebraska all day long, and it's going to be interesting chess match tomorrow to see if that's the case. Like you think.
So who are you taking? I know you're going to hate.
I'm going to take Nebraska to cover.
To cover.
Okay, so you think that
for sure. I think it's.
So you think Nebraska's going to win?
Yeah. I think they're going to win the football game. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I might have misspoke. What's the line?
-7.
-7.
Nebraska, so they got to win by 8 or more.
CU to cover. I think you want to take CU to cover.
I'm going to take CU to cover. I'm sorry.
You got Nebraska winning, but you got CU covering.
I got Nebraska winning the game, though. If I was doing
close game, I see what you're saying.
How about you,
just like a Boston College game, I picked Boston College on Monday, Matt, to win on the money line.
Yeah, man, when he broke that run at the end of the game, I was like, tackle him. And then they get him out of bounds, and I'm like, I look at Bree, and I'm like, I guarantee you Bill O'Brien takes a knee.
Hey, Smitty, give me your take. You got to go.
I got Colorado winning. I got Colorado covering. So that's what it is, man.